I was all over the place before starting Elevate. My problem wasn't that I didn't have enough ideas. My problem was I didn't have enough time, and I felt I didn't know how to focus. My hope for Elevate was that I would become more focused in my work and develop a deeper practice and process. And I think I've more than accomplished that. Now I am more confident in my approach to work, more confident in taking risks, knowing how far I can go and where I can pull back, identifying the various tools and techniques and ideas that I can grab from and pull together and have the confidence that I will get to where I need to be. Many things I liked about Elevate. The accountability, being accountable to a group of people through an extended period of time. So being able to see the growth from the first month to our last meeting and all the various places in between that we came together, whether it was online or in person, or even the little texts that we would send each other when we had questions. Watching the evolution and the revolution of people in this 4-month period, incredibly powerful. The second thing was the real down-to-earth, nitty-gritty work that David made us do. Identifying, keywords or phrases, nailing down a process and writing that process down, which I had never really done before. And when you really start to focus on your process and the steps that you're taking, it gives you the freedom and the power to make adaptations and feel confident that you can always come back to that main process again. If you need to, but it gives you permission also to explore, which is a great experience when you're creating a series as well. Yeah, the freedom to explore is priceless, and it's not something that you can assign to someone. It is something that is built, and that is the benefit of having a mentorship program. Is you're constantly building and taking one step further and one step more and elevating yourself along the way. You don't get that in a weekend class. You don't get that in a week-long class. It is the idea of committing yourself, making that commitment to other people that you're going to show up for these 4 months and continue to grow and expand. And the expectation wasn't necessarily that we have this amazing body of work at the end, but the expectation was that we understood how to get there. We understood our process. We understood our weaknesses and our strengths, and we had tools that we could use to build on that.
You make me want to take it. I said, well, I
Good. If you're looking to take yourself to the next level, this is definitely something to consider. Even if you're just starting out, it really helps you identify the way to move forward. Because I think for a lot of artists, it can be overwhelming. The possibilities. Do I start here? Do I start there? What's this technique? What's this material? Where do I go? And coming into a group, if you're unsure of where to even start, this is a great place because it gives you a lot of foundation questions to think about. And you go deep. What does it mean to you? And what do you want to share with the world? And being able to express that with other people and see how they react and see how that feels to you is a great starting point. But even for artists that are emerging or mid-career, this is just a great place to come back and ground yourself in honoring what you do and focusing on that for a committed period of time, which is something a lot of artists don't allow themselves the luxury to do. So saying, I am going to do this, puts you right smack dab in the place of your creative heart and soul. Yes, I'm completely surprised at. I'm a no excuses person. When I commit to something, I go and do it. But I am surprised at how much this program made me fiercely protective about my creative time and making no excuses for it and investing in it and seeing what I do, seeing the value in what I do as an artist. And I had a little bit of an awareness about that, but when I committed to this program, I was surprised at how visceral it all became to me, and the passion and the commitment to this and the no excuses, and it felt like I was taking a torch and lighting my way, and being in front of the battle line and saying, this is what I'm doing. And that took me by surprise. I didn't expect that to come out of this, and I'm not letting go of it. Now that I have it, I'm not letting it go. We work on individual pieces so often, and oftentimes I have 5 or 6 pieces going on at a time, and so this one might be partially finished, and this one might be almost finished, and this one might be in the beginning stages. And then we get done with a piece, or we feel like it's at a point where it can rest, and we put it off to the side and we concentrate on other things. So when we have the opportunity to come here and do critique and put them all up in a room and see them together, you realize, whoa, wow, there's a cohesion there, there's a progress, there's a thread, there really is something here that's happening in a series. And I didn't think that was really possible with me. And so when I saw them all up there together, it was a really proud mama moment. It was just a program that, again, far exceeded my expectations in terms of how much it meant to me personally. Because even though I'm disciplined and I actually have the luxury of time, and I have my own studio space, and I create every day, I didn't realize how fierce and passionate I could get about my artwork. And so I'm incredibly grateful for that. And David's, he provides great feedback. He understands the spiritual journey. He understands the practical journey. He also has a no excuses approach, and yet there's also the tenderness, the tender side of him as well. But it's always, again, grounded in the strength, the internal strength that we have when we commit to ourselves and continue to build on momentum. And so for that, I'm also incredibly grateful. The distance it reinforced the commitment, obviously. Getting out of my environment and into a different artistic environment. Both people who, like, I sit back and I'm like, I have no idea who these people are talking about, but they must be important people in their art community here. Yeah, different perspective. The drive up was nice. It allowed me transition time, and it allowed me to sink into things afterwards too. And it also just made everything more. It was the exclamation mark. It was the exclamation mark on the whole commitment to the program. Sorry, Jordan, what was the question? Again, edit.